welcome back to another episode of the Super Kaioken podcast. I am your host, as always, X12, Jonathan Frost, and I'm here to talk all things Dragon Ball, and the occasional Dragon Ball Z, and the occasional, sometimes, Dragon Ball Super, and then sometimes I drift off into some other anime places. I'm finally back with another episode. Yes, it's been such a long time. I don't want to talk about it. I just been far too lazy and I had no time to do an episode of the podcast. I'm sorry. I've been very much delayed when it comes to recording any episodes for my podcast, whether it be Super Kaioken or John 12 Effect. And I have tons of fucking stories to tell on the John 12 Effect podcast, which I desperately need to do already. However, I just haven't had the time, folks. If you're a listener, I thank you for sticking in there, but I just have not had the time to do an episode of any of these podcasts. However, I've been wanting to do a Super Kaioken episode for a long time now, and decided, you know what, might as well just do it already before I just cancel this freaking podcast from existence, because that's pretty much where we're going. But regardless of any of that, I hope everybody's have enjoyed their time, freaking enjoying Dragon Ball Z's fandom. There's been a lot of really cool stuff to happen. We had the recent Blu-ray slash DVD release of freaking DBZ Resurrection F. Amazing. I did a review on it. Check out the review on my channel. I personally love it. I watched the movie a couple of times. It looks so freaking glorious. The cinematics and the animation on that movie rather, is so phenomenal. It's such a great picture quality, so good. The colors just pop off the screen. Everything about that movie is just freaking phenomenal. And we might get a third movie, which I can't wait to see. There's, somewhat confirmations on that. It's not fully confirmed, but I just really want to see a third movie, because the stuff that Torium has been able to really pull out of his ass in a good way, it has been very productive for the franchise. So I definitely can't wait to see what the heck goes down in the future of Dragon Ball Z's fandom. However, we're not here to talk all things Resurrection F. We're here to talk about all things Dragon Ball, essentially. There's been a lot of really cool stuff to happen in between the last time I've done an episode. Not really anything drastic, of course, just some little things here and there. Like, you have the Extreme Boruto video game, pretty much explosion trailer. I remember when I was doing my review, and I really didn't give a shit about the game. I thought it was stupid. However, from what I've seen from the trailers, my God, it looks pretty interesting. I've seen people already start doing reviews for the video game, but God, it just, I never thought a video game that looked like that could ever be a thing. I always thought, they would, offend, Hyper Dragon Ball Z, or any of the Super Dragon Ball, all that other crazy stuff that was fan-made. I never thought that could be a real reality, and we finally are getting that with this one game. It's freaking crazy. I just wish I had a Nintendo DS, 3DS, new, or whatever the fuck Nintendo wants to call their new gaming consoles. Who gives a shit? I just wish I had one of them, because that game looks pretty bitchin'. I saw that trailer, there's nothing to it. It's just gameplay, and it's an announcement, so it looks so freaking bitchin'. Also, for quick reference, if you're wondering, I'm recording this episode on Thursday of November the 5th, 2015, so keep that in mind. But that being said, also Dragon Ball Super, major developments on that. The manga and anime are definitely kicking it up a notch. This Saturday is the full reveal of Champa and Vados on the anime, and thank you, Lord, for finally making that a thing, because I don't know about anybody else, but they should have started the series right off the bat with that. I don't care what anybody says. Dragon Ball Super is fun, and I've been enjoying it myself, since it's come out. However, you can't deny that it's just been incredibly stupid that all they've done was just rehash Battle of the movies again. They did Battle of Gods again, and now it's kind of on the fence, but I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that more than likely they're going to do Frieza again, Resurrection F. But the cool thing about the manga, and I know I keep pimping the manga in my reviews, but it's true, you need to check out the manga, that now the brilliant thing that they did was they skipped the Frieza stuff. They mention it in the beginning of the chapter, and they're It's like, wow, you're finally improving since the whole Frieza ordeal. You're finally improving your fighting styles, while Vegeta and Goku are training with Whis again. Phenomenal stuff. Like, that's all you really needed to do. Like, if the whole freaking series started that way, I would have fucking gone on my knees and performed fellatio on whoever the fuck makes this shit, because it was so good. Like, that's all you needed to do. I know they had the recap. It was the first legitimate canon anime since Z. It's like 2 decades later, discounting GT. Who gives a fuck? Fuck you. Kind of, in your face kind of thing. So I understand, but it was really unnecessary. It really, really was a unnecessary move on their part. Toei Animation should have never done that. They should have done what the manga did, which is skip all that shit and just go directly into the original content that Toriyama wrote down and designed for you. That's what you should have done. Like the gigantic Dragon Balls that we still do not comprehend. The Champa Vados being introduced into the whole, universe. This tournament that he's designing for the soul of the Earth that Goku lives on. Goku being very excited to fight these new characters and finally prove himself. With his new training with Whis and all this other crazy stuff of twins, 12 universes. There's possible alternate versions of Goku and Vegeta out there in the world on Universe 6 and stuff. There's just so many cool stuff that are being introduced in the manga now that I wish that's how they opened the whole series with. Like, even in the manga, like, I know the manga did things differently, and they obviously have been using Champa and Vados since the very beginning. However, like, you didn't need the Battle of God stuff. You really didn't in the anime. In the manga, I think it worked more because the manga obviously did the same thing the anime did, was like kind of rewrite or rework, if you will, what the movie did and all that kind of crazy stuff. However, like, the real good parts of the manga, besides the Battle God stuff, is how they reworked and made Champa a part of those stories. Like, the whole time, like, Goku struggling to defeat Beerus for the destruction of Earth and all that stuff. That whole time, Champa and Vados are just traveling around, just trying to figure out stuff. And that's an interesting point of view that we didn't have with the movies, obviously because the character wasn't, didn't have a conception at that point. However, it was just cool how the manga did that, and we're finally getting that with the anime. I'm super psyched, I'm super stoked. I can't wait to see that shit go down. It should have been episode 1, really. Shit. Sorry about that, but it really should have. It really should have been episode 1, and I'm sorry if that sounds blunt, because I know there's a lot of hardcore fans of Super nowadays, which is good. It's perfectly fine to be a hardcore fan of Super. However, I'm just kind of mixed on it, not because I hate it, it's just that I wish this is just where we started, because you didn't need to rewrite the movies. The movies were perfect as is. Instead of at Capsule Corp, Bulma's birthday's on a cruise ship, instead of all this other wacky stuff, it's over here, and blah, blah, blah. It's like, we didn't really need that. We didn't need those kind of things. The filler episodes, I'll appreciate for what they are, like getting Goku and Vegeta on Whis' planet, or hell, even the Hercule bullshit. Or even the beginning episodes, the episodes in between the Battle of Gods, and of course the ending of Z and stuff, where Goku's a farmer. You want to be a farmer, like the fucking that stuff, and Vegeta going on dates with Bulma and Trunks. Like that's enjoyable, that's fun, entertaining, cool stuff. But you didn't need to do it. You really didn't. Like, you could have started off with that, but all we really wanted was this new stuff, this new content that Toriyama designed for you. So that's all I really can say on that front. The manga is killing it. The anime, we're finally getting to where they should have been since day one. But overall, I'm super stoked for this Saturday. I can't wait to see Goku and Vegeta look like they're going to get on each other's nerves on Whis' planet, just training. Then you have Beerus getting all pissed off, as he usually does, and God knows what the heck Champa and Vados are gonna fucking do when they get to Beerus' world. Oh God! And then the Resurrection F stuff. I don't know how they're gonna pull that off. I really don't know. I really don't know. I get the fear that all the Champa Vados stuff is just cameos, and what the real idea of this new arc is just Resurrection F, but this time the anime is finally going to do what the manga did, which was have Champa and Vados in the background of the whole scenario. So that's kind of like my fear, what's going to happen. But we'll just have to wait and see. That's all we have. That's all we can do. We have to just wait and see at the end of this Saturday, this weekend, to really see where this show is going to go and where this storyline is going to go. But overall, I've freaking been loving what's been going down, and I can't wait to see more. But that being said, let's move off of that and get into some other real interesting stuff. There's been this just wave of really cool live action kind of adaptation stuff going down. Not only just Dragon Ball Z, but of course we have other anime stuff going down, like the Death Note stuff that's been being produced. I actually made an entire video dedicated to my thoughts on Death Note. If you want to check that out, I'll have, they're obvious. All you have to do is go to my channel and check out the video I made. It's essentially just me discussing what the live action rights should, what specifically Warner Brothers should do with the live action rights to Death Note. So if you want to hear my thoughts on that, definitely go check it out. But other than that, there's been not really that much big news. Ghost in the Shell, we've heard some stuff. The Straight Outta Compton writer is going to work on Ghost in the Shell. Really cool. I talked about that in a previous topic video. And Naruto, not really anything new from there, which is kind of weird. I wish there was some more development. There's a lot of weird, sketchy stuff with the Naruto stuff because Avi Arad and his fucking production want to take the rights from Kishimoto, so I don't really know what the fuck what they're trying to do there. I mean, like, if you have the ability to make live action Naruto, why do you need to take the rights, like the full rights from him out, licensing and stuff? I don't know. I get the feeling that, and this is the sad part, but I get the feeling that the Naruto movie is just a cash grab for Avi Arad. That's what I kind of feel like what that movie's really turning into, which sucks, but we have to wait and see. Lionsgate, they really have been on a high horse. They've been on a high pedestal. They got the Hunger Games series, which has been destroying the box office and destroying critics and fans. So, and not to mention that Power Rangers movie, that fucking I don't even want to get into that, but they're getting somewhere interesting, so we have to wait and see. But I don't know, like the way the Naruto movie is going, I don't really see it going to a great place, which really sucks because I even though I'm not a big fan of Naruto, I feel like a movie could do good because you don't have to be based on heavy VFX in the first place. Because everything's based in ninjas and the lore of the ninja and stuff like that. Of course for specific jutsus and, all those other kind of shadow clones or whatever the fuck and all that other crazy wackadoo stuff in Naruto. You can relatively do pretty easily with a specific, movie budget, but I don't know. I really don't know how that movie's going to turn out. The Ghost in the Shell I have a little bit more faith on, mostly due to the fact that they seem to have more of an actual vision of where they're going. But other than that, everyone else just kind of feels like they're just going into different directions. Like, fucking the Death Note is, going terribly. I'm not going to comment on the Nat Wolf stuff because I really don't care. I mean, like, I haven't even seen Paper Town, so, like, I have to see that movie. That's the only way I'll ever know if Death Note the movie could be good. Because if Light Yagami is going to be played by a turbo actor, I'll say it. But I don't know, because Nat Wolf, the only thing I've seen him in was the stuff he put during the Nickelodeon days. So I can't really tell. I can't tell if it's just specifically that, or if he's going to put in a different kind of performance, because Light Yagami is very much different from what I've seen who he kind of is. But, we have to wait and see with that. It's just, God, I really don't know. I want anime movies to be awesome. And you want to know who's doing them awesome? Fans! They're doing it awesome. That's how I'm transitioning, folks. That's how I'm transitioning into the fan world of the movie making business. Of course, we have tons of updates for all the various, freaking people who are working on awesome, high quality fan made content, live action stuff, if you will. Let's start off with the Dragon Ball Z stuff. Robot Underdog, really cool, fucking. They've been putting out a lot of cool stuff. I liked how they put this VFX stuff where they introduced the Trunks' jacket and like the Saiyan armor and stuff. Really cool stuff. Obviously it's in its prototype stage, but really cool stuff. I really can't wait to see episode 2 and 3. Man, I'm just saying, Robot Underdog, they're definitely in the right direction. They're definitely in a very good position as well to really, make something special. So, I guess all we have to do is, like, really promote and support this stuff, because if, like, someone actually gets their head out of their ass and fucking starts thinking, like, hey, people really like this and really appreciate it and really fucking support this, maybe we can make this a legitimate thing. And not that that's me saying, like, oh, what Robot Underdog does is bullshit. No, I'm not saying that. Like, Robot Underdog, with that first pilot episode they put, it wasn't perfect, but it showed so much promise, and it was so well done. I mean, like, I'm just saying, like, I've never seen a more badass looking Super Saiyan anywhere else other than there. I mean, like, K&K tried, and they did okay, and I've seen other fan-made stuff try, and they kind of get the general gist, but that first, Super Saiyan take was freaking phenomenal. I mean, like, the world, like, that's how you do it. Like, that's the feeling of becoming a Super Saiyan. Like, you're basically on fire, and the world is shaking, and everything's just being destroyed. It's because that's the Super Saiyan form, especially for first-timers. The Super Saiyan form is the personification of a Saiyan's rage. It's all his rage, like out being, it's kind of like the Grade 8 form, except in the idea of the Grade 8 form for Super Saiyan, of the character's rage inside himself being unleashed. So, and they perfectly cinematically put that in live action. And I love that. That was, like, actually my highlight, my personal favorite part of the entire episode. There's other cool stuff, like the fight sequences and the ki blast and, Android 17's performance and stuff. And 18, I guess doing some cool things and stuff, and foreshadowing for future episodes and stuff, which were cool. But overall, that Super Saiyan transformation was the highlight and the best part of that shit. So I can't wait to see what they do for episode 2 and 3. I hope they come out soon. I mean, I'm sick of this waiting shit. I'm just saying, like, I can be patient, but after a certain time for fan-made projects, waiting too long tends to get a little fucking jarring. It's one thing to wait for a movie, but, like, because it's coming because they fucking invested so much money and time and resources. But when it comes to fan-made stuff, it's like, now, come on, now, because it's just, then you're just Dragon Ball Epsilon. And I don't want to bash Dragon Ball Epsilon, but, I'm just saying, no pun intended, but I'm just saying, like, the fucking, not to, fucking shoot the shit and fucking, put them down in any way, but come on, really. The dude's been fucking doing his Dragon Ball Epsilon stuff for, like, practically 3 to 4 years now, and he's only at episode 4? Like, let's be realistic. I mean, granted, he does everything himself, and I tip the hat to him. Kudos to that guy. I don't know him personally, but kudos to him. He really puts the work in. However, 3 years? Only at episode 4? Come on. Come on. Really? Come on. Anyways, but anyway, moving off of that, Robot Underdog, take all my money now, because I want to see fucking episode 2 and 3 already. But moving off of that, K&K Productions also put out an update for their stuff. Obviously, they're doing a Saiyan Saga web series. Super stoked about that. I'm not gigantic fans of K&K, mostly due to the fact that I feel like their trailer... I feel like what they should have been doing was the series all along. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like they had a great idea with the trailer, and they should have just invested all of their time just doing that. But of course, I get it. Like, they couldn't be doing what they're doing now if it wasn't for that trailer. Like, obviously, that trailer that they did opened a lot of doors for them. It opened up a lot of resources for them. A lot of people got involved. A lot of people saw their trailer. Hell, even if it wasn't for that trailer, hell, even Robot Underdog wouldn't be where they are now, or Fall of Men, or all those other kind of crazy dudes doing what they're doing. So I understand that, but, like, this is what I've been wanting ever since they announced they were doing Saiyan Saga stuff, live action Saiyan Saga. That's what I've been waiting for. And they wasted so much time just trying to be like, oh, we're going to do trailers to, like, freaking every saga, or, like, oh, we're going to talk to Toei Animation because we want to make live action DBZ official. It's like, tip to the hat. Tip to the fucking hat. I respect you for trying, like, completely, 100%. But you should have been just doing a web series all along. Like, fuck Toei Animation. They don't know what they're doing. They're just Like, I mean, granted, they do know what they're doing. They're fucking making a fucking money train on their asses. That's what they're doing, and I get that, and I respect that, because, I mean, like, come on, if you own Dragon Ball Z, obviously, the first thing you want to do is milk the cow and make sure you make as much money as possible so that your kids, you know, you're going to do the George Lucas thing here. You're going to fucking make sure that your grandkids have enough money to last until they have grandkids. You know, I'm just saying, billionaires are everywhere. But that being said, they should have just been doing a web series from the very beginning, and I'm very excited for what they have planned. They are planning on putting out a reel before they start premiering episodes, which is weird. I guess just to give us an idea for what the series could be like. But my big question is that is the reel a part of the series, or is the reel just its own thing outside of what they're doing, you know? Because it'll kind of piss me off if, like, all they're doing now is just wasting time doing a reel instead of making actual episodes, you know? So I have no fucking clue. I'm just an idiot from fucking America who doesn't know what he's talking about. I'm just a fan. I'm a hardcore fan, and I know my opinion could be very complaining at some times, but I'm just saying, like, I really support this stuff legitimately, and I want to see more. And K&K Productions, they put out an awesome trailer. It definitely showed a lot of promise. The Frieza stuff I wasn't too much of a big fan of, and I definitely respect them for trying to make official DBZ live action with the help of Toei and 20th Century Fox. Even if that didn't really plan out for them. But I'm totally supportive of them doing a legitimate web series based off the Saint Saga. The only thing I can really say at this point, besides my piece on the reel and the episodes, is the actor they chose for Goku. Now, for those of you who don't know, K&K actually recasted their Goku. The original Goku was Peter Peralta. Ironically, he shares the same last name as me, but obviously no relation. But they freaking recasted him. They have an entirely different actor playing Goku. I don't know why. I guess maybe because Peter is obviously busy doing his own stuff, or maybe they wanted a new Goku. You know, this stuff happens all the time, so you know that's not really a big deal. My big question is that could this new actor they have act? Because when the second they released that photo on their Instagram, or when they announced that in their update video, they basically came out and said, you know, hey, we recast this guy, he's gonna be our new Goku, guys, yeah. You know, like, they said that out loud and publicly, so I went out, I checked out the dude, and I will admit this, he definitely has the right body type for Goku. Like, his body type is definitely, you know, shot for shot, like, definitely what Goku should be, especially at the Saiyan Saga stage. Sure, yeah, he definitely has the body of Goku. You know, fucking, you got it there. The look, I guess, you know, sure, he has too much of, like, a sleek kind of facial features, but okay, sure, whatever. But then you realize two factors. Number one, he's not an actor. He's actually a model / personal trainer, which I guess, you know, more than likely explains why he has such a, you know, an impressive physique for Goku, which is good, but no, he's a model. Like, he's not an actor, and I always hate that idea of, like, casting models for actors. It's just, you know, sometimes it works, but sometimes it doesn't. Like, sometimes you just need a legitimate actor to actually pull off this stuff, because, you know, you can't just have an actor just, like, come in and be Goku and be like, okay, Goku's goofy, be goofy, now, go, action. And just be like, oh, hey, I'm Goku! Kamehameha, yeah! Vegeta, we're best buddies, right? Like, no, there's more to Goku than just being goofy and just being like, I'm hero Goku now. Yes, must protect the world. You know, like, you need a legitimate dude who can actually receive direction from a director, from filmmakers, from a writer, and freaking process it, do his little fucking acting thing in his head, and just project that on film. Models I don't really think they can really do that, and on top of all that shit, he freaking has the deepest freaking Irish accent I ever heard in my life. I mean, Jesus Christ. Go check, I'm just saying, I forget the guy's name, I really do, but I'm pretty sure you can find him relatively easy. Like, go to KK's Instagram, just go to one of the pictures where they feature him, And I'm pretty sure you'll find a link to whatever his bullshit is, his Instagram or his websites are, and you'll find him. But just click on a video of him talking. He has a very deep accent, and I'm just wondering, it's like, is he, professional enough to really, like, change his accent? Or are they gonna, like, do what they did with that fucking goofy GoPro video is, and just, like, fucking, oh, he's the actor, but they, like, put in a voice actor for him? Like the fucking dude who does the Team 4-Star stuff. Like, I think that would piss me off and be more disrespectful even more. Like, I don't know. I really don't. I have to see it to believe it. I guess we're just going to have to wait and see when the reel comes out. But I'm just saying, like, the guy's not an actor. He's a model and a personal trainer. He may have the body of Goku, but he doesn't necessarily have the technical look, facial features, rather. And on top of that, he has a super deep accent. He doesn't really have, like, a flowing accent that can really work for Goku, Like, Goku, like, anybody can make the argument, obviously, but, he just, his Irish accent, it's a little too much. I don't know. I have to wait and see what happens overall, but, hell, I'd even feel better if he had, like, an English accent or something, but he has, like, this really deep Irish accent. I don't know. I don't know if it's going to work completely, but I don't want to bitch all day. So I'm going to move off of that and get into some other really cool live action stuff. Fall of Man is coming out soon. Really can't wait to see that. I saw their trailers, and I remember seeing their original trailer and I hated it. And then I saw their other trailers and I started to really love this project. And from what I heard, apparently the dudes who do the Fall of Man actually premiered their short at Stan Lee's Kamikaze this year. So, fuck. A lot of people apparently got to see the movie already, so kudos for you, but I'm really excited. I really want to see what that movie is all about. They actually put out another update video recently, like, I want to say, like, a good couple months back or something, like a good, definitely couple months back, and they were discussing freaking how they're pretty much done, but they're gonna try and perfect the movie they're in the post-production, they're editing, they're doing a whole bunch of stuff to really make this project a hell of a lot better from where it was prior, and all that kind of just doing their update mumbo jumbo. And I'm just saying, like, from what I'm seeing, I want to see more from them. Like, I feel like they definitely have a really good ace in the hole. They definitely have, like, a really freaking interesting act from their sleeve. They definitely have fucking some interesting things that we don't even know about. And I really envy the people at Kamikaze who got to see it. I think they definitely got to see it, but God, I don't know. Like, I really want to see it already. I want to know what it's all about. If it's any good, if it's, like, really, like, super different from the source material, because I know they took some liberties and stuff from, like, Trunks' story point of view and stuff like that. So, I don't know. There's a lot of real crazy stuff, but I'm very excited to see what they have planned. But moving off of that, other live-action DBZ content, not really. There's the freaking, the Dragon Ball Z dude, Dragon Ball Z project, I guess it's HS Studio dude, who freaking did the Trunks versus Cell stuff. Very interesting. That's really the most positive thing I can say. I know he put it out, like, I want to say a good couple months back, and I don't know, like, I definitely admire his persistence, and I definitely admire his dream to do live action DBZ and stuff, and I really tip of the hat once again to another filmmaker to really do practically everything on his own. But I don't think I don't know if that video really was as amazing as he would have hoped it would be. Like, I don't know, like, there's just a lot of weird things with that project. I don't want to go into full details because all it's gonna do is sound like I'm, like, bashing the guy, which I really don't want to, because I admire what he tried to do. But definitely just go out and check out his stuff on your own and tell me what you personally think. I personally, it's interesting, but it's not on par with, like, what the Fall of Man is, and it's definitely not on par with what K&K and Robot Underdog are doing, so definitely keep that in mind. But you just have to admire the guy. I'm just saying, you have to admire the guy who's practically doing everything on his own and finding, like, a way to just make something filmable. you know. So I admire that, but other than that, that's pretty much the only really good thing I can really say about the freaking project that he put out. I'm just saying, Trunks vs. Cell was way too freaking up his pay grade to cinematically adapt. You know what I mean? That's pretty much all I can really say as a productive comment towards his project. But that being said, I'm going to stop there because I'm just sounding more like a douche. But moving off of that, also the biggest thing that really pops out to me that I really enjoy and can't wait to see, which is the animated DBZ fan film, which only has the title of Dragon Ball Z at this point. They haven't really done anything real updating, but oh god, folks, if you're a hardcore DBZ fan and you always thought to yourself, I wonder what it would be like if Pixar ever made a DBZ movie. That's what these dudes are doing. Like, I don't know who they are specifically. I know they took some inspirations from a specific artist. I don't know if he's working with them, but they took the design that he made, which was this 3D model of Goku. It was like a redesign for a contest, and I actually have the image. I forget the name of the artist, but he freaking destroyed with this one image, and these animators decided to take that and make it into like a legitimate, the artist, let me see if I can come out with the, I think the artist is named Bruno Kamar, of the DBZ Goku 3D render that they took inspiration for design-wise. Amazing design, really cool. It definitely has its own flavor, but still keeps the essence of Goku. I love it. Definitely check out that image. But these dudes are apparently trying to make like a DBZ animated fan film, and they're obviously taking inspiration from like the 3D kind of style of animation. It's obviously not what Resurrection F and Battle of Gods have been doing. It's its own thing. It's definitely looks like if it was like a Disney movie. Like if Disney ever did like an animated DBZ movie, that's what this looks like. And they put out like, I want to say 3 videos, tests of what the project could end up like, possibly in the future. One of them is a evil Super Boo, which looks really badass. Once again, another design that someone else created. I don't know if he's personally working with them, but I forget the artist's name, but phenomenal Super Boo. Really looks creepy and cool. And then they put out like a Goku doing a Kamehameha, which looked pretty weird. Obviously just a prototype test, so not that big of a deal. But the big kicker that I really loved was they did an animated sequence with actual dialogue with Goku sitting in a chair talking to Chi-Chi. You can't see Chi-Chi, she's not animated, but they took the dialogue from Broly, the legendary Super Saiyan movie, which is a phenomenal movie we haven't seen already. But they took the dialogue that Goku has with Chi-Chi in that movie and put it into this test video. And I have to tell you guys, I just dropped to the ground. I had a gigantic smile on I felt like a child again. It just, oh god, it was like an early Christmas gift. It was so beautiful and awesome. Like, to a hardcore fan, it was, it was so badass. It was so beautiful to see that come to life. Like, obviously you have the movie, and that's awesome, and it'll always be there, but to see like a 3D rendering of that dialogue, like, just Goku just sitting there he's just sitting there on the chair, like, hanging out, and he's just talking to Chi-Chi, fucking saying his shit, just saying those lines, like, oh my god, it was so badass. So if there's someone you need to support, folks, fans, hardcore fans across the United States, and hopefully the world, if there's anybody listening and understands my language, please make these people continue with this project and make it a reality. Please. If you're supporting Robot Underdog, and you're supporting K&K, and hell, even if you're supporting Absalon, support this project. Someone, because I want to see the full movie. I want to see the full film of what that could be, because it looked so awesome and fun and entertaining. Just that one line when Goku just sitting there and he's just talking about, like, what my favorite hobbies, to fight, strong warriors, of course. I'm paraphrasing the lines, but you get the general gist. Like, it's like seeing Goku again for the first time in real life, but not really. It's like seeing Toy Story for the first time if you're a kid. I mean, maybe not really, because they're two completely different mediums, but you get what I mean. It's just so awesome. Pixar DBZ. That's basically what this project is. Make that a reality. I want that to be a thing. The only way that's ever going to be a thing is unless, like, Disney, being the emperor that it is, takes the licensing rights. They just fucking swoop in and, like, Toy Animation, bitch slap those motherfuckers and take it from them. To buyout. $1 billion buyout, Star Wars style. Not even. Just take that shit and start making their own stuff. It's never going to happen, but I want it to happen. I so want it to happen. Because, you know what? Toy Animation's not going to make this project. 20th Century Fox has their head in the sand, and they deservedly so. I mean, like, they already fucked up DBZ, and they fucked up Fantastic Four, and they kind of fucked up the continuity of X-Men. You know, fuck them. Disney needs to take this shit. You know, they're going to own the world eventually. We practically are owned by Disney already. You know, we might as well just have it fucking stamped and burned into our assholes. So, fucking make this a thing, please. Someone out there, listen to me and make this a thing. Pixar DBZ, yes. You know, even if it's not really from Pixar, and they're not even from Pixar. They're just like fan-based animators. But I want to see that shit go down. I want that to be a thing. I haven't seen any real updates for it. I don't know if they're still working on it, but last time I saw that freaking Goku freaking sit in a chair as a 3D model and talk to Chi-Chi about fucking the Broly Legendary Super Saiyan stuff, talking about hobbies and Goku, you know, going to school and stuff like that, or Gohan rather, going to school and stuff. I fell in love with that project. I immediately fell in love, and I support it 100%. Just as much as I support Robot Underdog or even K&K to a certain extent. I support it 100%. I want to see more from that. I don't know if we are, but hopefully we will. But that being said, we already are done. I don't want to continue making this episode too long because it's the first episode I've done in such a long while, and I'm already getting super tired talking so long. I'm sorry, folks, but it is. I'm rusty. But anyways, we're just gonna skip right there. I'm gonna skip the top fives. I actually had planned to do a top 5 Kamehameha list for the podcast, but I forgot to write it down, so sorry. I'm just gonna have to save that for a future episode, or just, you know, do it again at some point. But I'm gonna skip that and just get to the comments because I have a crap ton of comments that we have to reply to. So let's get in. Let's get that shit in. Okay. First off, for my DBZ Team 4-Star Kai Episode 1 reaction video, you haven't seen it, check it out. It's pretty entertaining. I do it with Evascar23, so if you want to hear his thoughts, check it out. Okay. Comment for that video. Yes, TFS did make a Yu-Gi-Oh! Bridge series. I watched it since I love DBZ and Yu-Gi-Oh! Both. I would also really enjoy you guys to please react to all of them. Trust me, they get better as it goes on. Well, kudos for you checking out my video. I really appreciate it. And also, Yu-Gi-Oh! Bridge. I haven't technically watched it, but thank you for the recommendation for possibly reacting to it. I don't think I'm going to do it, but luckily for you and for anybody else who's interested, my buddy Evascar23, Paul, he's actually going to do his own reactions, and from what I've seen already, he's already done 2 episodes of Yu-Gi-Oh! Bridge, so if you want to see his reaction, check it out, because I don't really see myself reacting to it. I'm more of a DBZ guy. I'm just saying, like, I love Yu-Gi-Oh! Too, but not to the extent that is of Dragon Ball Z. But anyways, moving off that to the next comment, and it's for my TFS Dragon Ball Z Abridged Super Android 13 movie reaction video. Once again, if you haven't seen it, check it out. It's already reached practically 3,000 views. Phenomenal. Thank you all for checking it out. Comment. They actually did World's Strongest back in the day. It was when they were first starting out, so it was not as good as it could have been. I am not sure if they will consider going back and redubbing it. Well, what he's referring to is obviously, I made a comment in the reaction video discussing World's Strongest, and really, I mean, like, I already replied to him, but I couldn't find it. Like, I really couldn't. I don't think they ever did, technically, and if they did, by any chance, I'm pretty sure I would have seen it by now, but yeah, I've never seen Team 4-Star's World's Strongest, you know, abridged movie, so I don't know if they ever did. I've never seen it, and it's definitely gone, so I can definitely say that. You gave me a link, actually, and I checked it out. Unfortunately, the link wasn't going anywhere, so hopefully if you're actually watching this, please send me a new link that's a little bit more, obviously workable, because the last one you sent to me didn't really work. But anyways, moving off of that, let's find a new comment for my DBZ discussion, newest video, discussing a third movie in the DBZ trilogy. Definitely check out that discussion video. I hope we get a 16th Dragon Ball Z movie. Yeah, I said 16, because the other 13 movies count as well. Well, kudos for you for making that comment sound very sarcastic towards me, but, yeah. Well, first off, the recent movies, Battle of Gods and Resurrection F, are actually canon, versus the other 13 movies that aren't canon, so technically they don't count. But I get where you're coming from, because you're a hardcore fan. I can see, like, oh, they all count in my eyes. It's like, I get that, sure. But they technically don't, sir. And even though I said third, doesn't mean I think the other ones suck by any means. Like, Battle of Gods and Resurrection F are obviously the best of the DBZ movies, but the other ones don't suck. I love them. I mean, like, there's a few stinkers in there, but most of them are fucking phenomenal. So, yeah, just because I'm talking about a third movie, I want everybody to know that just because I said that doesn't mean I'm discounting or talking shit about the other previous movies. I'm a hardcore fan, guys. I don't know how many times I have to say it, but I actually do like all of DBZ, so I don't know why everybody has to react so crucially whenever I say something that's somewhat critical. But anyways, moving off of that, for my Throwback Thursday review regarding Bardock, Bardock, father of Goku, is canon to the anime. Dragon Ball Minus is canon to the manga. Remember, both manga and anime of Dragon Ball Super are completely different stories. Well, thank you for saying that. I don't recall really discussing anything in that video, because I really don't remember, but kudos for you clarifying that. I already know that, obviously, the Bardock special is canon to the anime. I know that, and the, Minus is canon to the manga. I get that, but it's still stupid at the end of the day. I mean, like, can anybody admit that it's stupid? Like, why do we have two different kind of continuities? It's just stupid in my eyes. But anyways, moving off of that, more reaction comments. Wow, that video really needs to be synced better. And there's a reply to it. You get to look at 13's trucker hat. That's all you need. Well, yeah, I agree with that guy. So anyways, sorry if it was a little too unsynced for you. That's my fault. I edited a little too quickly, so maybe I fucked up there. But you still can see the video, and it's still up on YouTube, so I don't know. Another one for the same video. Another comment for the same video. 13 broke Vegeta's back, just like Bane broke Bruce's back. If it's funny, Goten got erased from history. Future Trunks, always my favorite character in DBZ all time. And there's a reply to that one as well. I think you mean existence, and temporarily he'll be back because Goku got healed up. Yeah, he's basically replying to the previous comments misspellings. But overall, kudos. I really enjoyed this special, and it was kind of funny how 13 broke Vegeta's back, kind of Bane style. That was kind of funny. Also, Goten getting erased from history was hilarious because, obviously, freaking 13 punched freaking Goku so hard in the nuts, it must have fucking broke his balls forever. So, you gotta love them senzu beans, I'm telling you, because if it wasn't for those senzu beans, Goku would have no more balls, or even a penis, for all we know. And Goten wouldn't cease to exist. So, kudos for the senzu beans. Moving off of that, for my Dragon Ball Super episode review comments. Hey, I gave your video a thumbs up. I also review anime/manga. If you could subscribe to my channel, I'd appreciate it, and I'd subscribe back. We are all one community and need to help each other to get to where we want to go. Smiley face. Well, sir, I checked out your videos, and they don't really seem like my kind of thing, so I don't know if I'm going to subscribe to you, because, and I know that makes me sound terrible, like, oh, you're shit, that's why I'm not subscribing. It's like, it's not that, you're doing your own thing, and that's phenomenal. I mean, like, it's great for fans to stay connected and do their own things, but I don't know, I always feel weird when someone comes up to me, like, if I'm some kind of weird charity case, and it's like, oh, hey, please subscribe to my channel, I'll subscribe back. It's like, I don't really need someone to do that for me. Like, I hate it when someone says that, where it's like, you know, like, I'll help you if you help me. You know, scratch my back, I'll scratch your back. It's like, I don't want no one scratching my back. Fuck you. It's like, I don't need that shit. It's like, I'm here doing my own thing. And if I get anywhere with it, that's all. That's cool. And if I don't, then whatever. I'm gonna still be here doing what I love, which is talking about stuff that I like. So, you know, I don't really know. Like, thanks for giving me a thumbs up. And hey, if anybody wants to go check out and subscribe to this guy's channel, his channel's name is Aus, spelled A-U-S, anime manga. So if you want to check out his videos, he has pretty much over 100 videos, possibly talking about all things anime and manga. So if you like them, check them out, and if you like them even more, subscribe. But as for me, I haven't fully decided I'm gonna subscribe to you, but if I do, then there you go. But if I don't, then that's because I just don't really feel like it at the time. I don't know. That's a weird thing. Like, I really want to subscribe to be a nice guy, but at the same time, I really don't feel like it because, you know, because I only subscribe to people who I watch videos for. Like, if I'm not going to watch your videos, like, why am I subscribing? Like, I never understood that concept. It's like, oh, subscribe just to. It's like, if you're not going to watch that person's content, then why be subscribed to them? It kind of defeats the purpose. So, I don't know, like, maybe I'm just going to have to go back and watch this guy's videos to see if I should subscribe. I don't know. I'll reply to you one day, sir. We'll see what happens. We'll see what we can work out. Anyways, more Dragon Ball Super review comments. Thanks for the tutorial. Also, you weren't being a douche. I sort of was sorry about that. Okay, well, yeah, there you go. Sorry about me being a douchebag, but there you go. Basically, what he's replying towards is that he sent me a comment previously talking about leaving links, and I didn't want to, so I pretty much did a tutorial on the review, so there's that. More of the same video. Goku loves training with his grandpa, says yes, for training, no spending family remember, Goku, leave your family, slow you down. I don't really comprehend what you're trying to say, but okay. Sorry, there was a little... Your comment was kind of weird, sir. Sorry. Oh, miss, I mean. But more comments for the same video. LeMayo, that tutorial, dough. Well, kudos. You're obviously finding it hysterical, my tutorial, for that specific commenter. Yeah. Okay, anyways, for the Yusuke Bleach versus Yu Hakusho video, who would win battle? Yusuke would win. Well, I also agree, which is why I made Yusuke win. Moving off of that, another Dragon Ball Super comments. I wasn't too fond of this episode, but it was hilarious when Vegeta was trying to cook for Whis and Vegeta hatched an egg. Also, it was hilarious when Goku sent Krillin flying across the environment. DB Super is awesome, but I hate the fact that I received a stupid DMCA Twitter notice that threatens to suspend my Twitter account just because I shared links for a couple. See, that's why I don't send links. But yeah, for a couple of friends on Twitter to watch DB Super. Toy sucks for being so damn strict, and they don't deserve to have fans, especially because they make it so difficult for Funimation to get the rights to dub DB Super, which I am so tired of watching DB Super in Japanese with English subtitles. Well, I am too, sir. I really am. I want Funimation to dub it already. It's fucking about time. But, yeah, that's why, yeah, look, man, this is what I'm saying. Disney needs to come in and swoop in and save the day. Need to take that shit. Needs to take it. Need to take it from them. It's never going to happen, but I want it to so much. Just have the film, just give the film rights to them, please. Please, just give it to them. I don't know. But yeah, I love this episode. Vegeta was hilarious. I freaking loved it. You may have not liked it as much as me, but I personally enjoyed it, sir. But yeah, it sucks that you got fucked over on Twitter, but you know, that's toy animation for you. They get really sketchy, you know, on the internet when it comes to like stealing stuff, so, and you know, sharing stuff and all that other crazy stuff. It's very weird, but what you know, what can you do? It's crazy. It's a crazy world. But anyways, moving off of that, let's see. Hey, great video. I gave it a thumbs up. I am on a mission to get 1,000 subs before December. if you could help me get there, then I would appreciate it. And if you want to talk to me on Xbox, which will be easily found on my channel, if you could sub, that would be awesome. We are all this one community and needs to help each other get to where we want. Well, I actually replied, and I actually subscribed to this guy. The YouTuber is Kid Static, with 2 eyes. And he has a Vegeta Super Saiyan Blue thumbnail. And that's right, I said Super Saiyan Blue because they retconned that shit. Yeah, so yeah, it's just, once again, I'm coming out looking like an asshole because I subscribed to because this guy wanted me to subscribe to him and I subscribed, but I didn't subscribe to the other guy. Look, folks, this is why I've subscribed to Kid Static or Static or whatever. This is why I subscribed to him. I went to his channel and I checked out his videos. And you know what? I like his videos. His videos are pretty good. Like they're kind of he has kind of like similar opinions to me, and he does a lot of cool stuff. So that's why I subscribe to him. And he has like a similar goal like to me, where it's like we're both trying to reach like 1,000 subscribers. So like I freaking subscribe to him. So that's the difference between why I subscribed to him. However, I didn't subscribe to the previous YouTuber. So I just wanted to clarify that because I don't want to sound like even more of a douchebag for not for subscribing to one person but not to another. It makes me sound like an asshole, but it's the truth. I looked at his videos. I wasn't really feeling it, so that's why I didn't subscribe. I checked out this guy's videos. I like him, so I subscribed. That's pretty much the, you know, the silver lining, the simplicity of why I did what I did. And also, talking to you on Xbox, I don't really do that kind of thing. I don't really talk to people on Xbox. I don't really even like to play around with people on Xbox because of how much they piss me off. So, yeah, I don't really see that happening. But, hey, I subscribe to your channel, so subscribe to mine, sir. Anyways, moving off of that, here's a freaking comment that will really fucking piss off some people, if you're Dragon Ball fans. It's for my top 5 Dragon Ball Z flaws video that I did a long time ago. Dragon Ball's biggest flaw is its plot, and Naruto isn't overrated. DBZ is overrated. Naruto is one of the best animes on Earth. I hope you die alone, you stupid DBZ tard. And that was from a YouTuber, Keenan Salinda. Yeah. Well, Keenan, I don't know why you got so confrontational with me. I don't really see why it was necessary to get all cunty with me, because that's really realistically a bad thing to do, because you don't know who I am, and you don't know what I can really do to you, so it's kind of unnecessary. I know when on the internet, everybody wants to sound tough and be like commenting and telling people to die all over the place, but you know, you don't really want to play that game with me. But moving off of that, regardless of my threats, getting to your core comment, Naruto is overrated. It is. Get over it. Everything is overrated. It is. Fucking get over it. Like, I want to clarify something, because apparently I made the stupid idea of saying publicly that Naruto is overrated, apparently, to this guy or girl or whatever the fuck he is, this YouTuber is. I said Naruto was overrated on my channel. I want to say like last year or something. But I want to clarify something. When I say something's overrated, and when anybody says something is overrated, that doesn't mean it's bad. That doesn't mean it's terrible. Get this through your fucking head. When something is overrated, that means you're publicly saying that for the mainstream audiences, this is awesome. You're saying that publicly that the entire majority love what this is. And it's true. I'm not denying that. A lot of people love Naruto, and it's freaking good. I'm not denying that. I'm not saying it's terrible. Like, I always find it weird when someone always has to get very, like, you know, have to sack up and be, like, very confrontational and be like, it's not overrated, you're overrated, you're shit. It's like, I'm not saying it sucks. Just because I'm saying it's overrated doesn't mean I'm saying, oh, it's overrated because it's terrible. Naruto sucks and their fans should die. It's like, no, I'm not. I'm saying that I understand why everybody likes it, but I don't like it as much as everybody else. That's all I'm saying. I'm just saying that I'm not a part of the majority. I'm a part of the minority. That's all I'm saying. You know? And overrated doesn't technically mean, to your puny mind, that it's terrible, that it's god-awful. That's not what it technically means. Overrated doesn't mean that it's terrible. Overrated means that everyone likes it, but you don't as much. That's what it means. And plus, in comparison, and I might make it, actually I might make a topic video on this. I've been contemplating doing it for a while now, which is comparing DBZ and Naruto as to which one's more overrated than the other. But if I had to be flat out, it's Naruto. Naruto is more overrated than DBZ. Get over it. It's true. Doesn't mean that DBZ is better. It doesn't mean that Naruto is better. It's just that out of the two, I consider Naruto to be more overrated than DBZ. That's all I'm saying. So get over it. Fucking take the opinion and fucking move on. But anyways, moving off of that, I think I'm going to just end the episode right there. I have like a dozen more comments regarding all my DBZ and anime videos, but there's just not enough time, and I'm practically almost an hour in. So I just wanted to say thank you for everybody for watching and listening. Thank you for sticking it in there with me. Freaking... If you freaking were a viewer previously and you were just wondering, like, God, why is it taking so long to put out another episode of the podcast? Well, I'm sorry about that. I've been way too busy doing way too many other videos. I've been on vacation, doing all that other crazy stuff. Halloween just passed. You know me and Halloween. So just wanted to point that out. But I'm definitely back doing the podcast thing. Next up, I'm going to do another episode of the John 12 Effect, which is long overdue. And I'm going to try to keep this continuously going, but once again, my podcasts are not week by week. Obviously, there will be significant breaks in between. However, I just wanted to make it clear publicly that I in no means have stopped doing it. I'm still doing this. It's just that there's going to be significant breaks in between podcast episodes. But that being said, hope you guys enjoyed the Super Kaioken podcast. I hope you guys enjoyed my updates. Hope you guys enjoyed my personal thoughts on all the live action projects. Do you want to see Disney own Dragon Ball Z one day? Pixar Dragon Ball Z. That's all I can really say. And freaking... comment below. Let me know. Let me read some more of your comments. I love fucking getting comments. They're freaking awesome. There's a dozen more that I have here, but I'll get to those possibly in a future episode. Or maybe not. I don't know. I'll probably just reply to them. Also, to the specific YouTuber that I did not subscribe to, I'm sorry. I'm going to check out your channel possibly this week and see if I love it. And if I do, I'll subscribe. And hopefully you subscribe back to me so we can... I guess be a community, as you put it, but also just check out his channel, see if you like it, and subscribe to him, because he wants to be a part of the, community and all that stuff, which is awesome. And also, Kid Static, check out his channel too. He puts out some pretty decent videos talking about Dragon Ball Z and video games and other stuff like that, so check out his channel as well. But that being said, hope you guys enjoyed. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram, @John12. Subscribe to my channel. And I hope you guys enjoyed. And this has been John 12 for the Super Kaioken podcast.